So today's video is just going to be sort of like a vlog, and it's not a tea vlog or anything like that, but it's just going to be me talking a little bit about some things going on with me just shortly, and then I want to talk about something that has really upset me. You can judge from the title what it's going to be about, but yeah, so first off, just a little thing about me first. If you hear like a whirring noise, like in the background, I just got air conditioning in my apartment. You don't even understand, guys. I have lived on my own now in this city through too many summers now of just not breathing, and it's like 45 degrees, which is the equivalent of like, I don't know, 110 or something in Fahrenheit. But yeah, so my mom and her boyfriend were nice enough to put an air conditioner in my room, or in my apartment, in my room, whatever. I still have yet to make a room tour. I'm really sorry, apartment tour I mean. I do plan on doing it. It's just a matter of cleaning, you know. But yeah, newest thing that I knew existed. I didn't even know this existed. This is a remote controlled air conditioner. What? And you can set it that like I'm over here and I want to make my room colder. I want to put it at 66, but yeah, like I can set it so that, say I need air conditioner to start 2 hours before I get home from work. I can do that, and it'll turn on automatically like 2 hours before I get home from work, and then newest thing I know exists. So yeah, if you hear that whirring in my background, I won't do it for like my tutorials. I'll turn it off for my tutorials, but I figured this is a vlog, so I didn't really care too much. So if you hear that sort of like jet airplane noise in the background, it's really loud. That's what it is, so I apologize. But yeah, so the next thing I kind of want to talk about, there's no real segue, is something that has really upset me since I knew it existed. Also, well, not also, since, yeah, something that has upset me since I knew of its existence is the video called Making the Bus Monitor Cry. And if you haven't seen this, which I'm sure the majority of you have seen it by now, I'll kind of break it down for you. It's a video of a 68-year-old woman. Her name is Karen Klein, and her job, I guess her job, is to monitor this bus of middle school kids. Now, just that alone, you have to kind of be like, really lady, good job, because trust me, like middle schoolers, even when I was in middle school, well, no, actually, I'm not even going to make the comparison, because anyway, I'll talk about that in a second, but kids are mean. Kids are not fun at that age, and yeah, so to have that as a job is, you know, you have to hand it to her for that. But basically, this video is a 10-minute video of her sitting there doing her job as she's getting harassed and tormented by these middle school kids, and it's so heartbreaking. I've literally gotten upset over this for the past, I don't even know, like, however long it's been out. It's gonna make me cry. You'll have to watch the full video to get the true sort of understanding about why it makes me upset. But here's a woman who is 68. She seems to be a very kind woman, and she's just sitting there. You can tell even by the time that the video starts that this has been going on. And these kids just like rip into her, like just some of the meanest things that I've ever heard even an adult say to another adult, like, let alone the fact that this is middle school kids telling this to an elderly person or a senior citizen. I don't want to say old person, but like, you know, I mean, she's a senior citizen, like, hello. Anyway, some of the things that were said were like, you're fat, you're ugly, oh, you're so poor, where do you live so I can piss on your door, where do you live, I'll send shit to your house. At one point, and this is this is what just upsets me, at one point this one kid's like, oh, are you sweating, Karen, are you sweating? And she turns to the kid and is like, I'm crying. And you can tell that at that point she's just so... Anyway, my camera battery just died, guys, so I apologize. I'm not sure where that cut out. But basically I was saying, there's one point in the video that just really made me cry, and it still really upsets me. This one kid's like, oh, you're sweating, Karen, why are you sweating, like, blah blah blah, and she's like, I'm crying. You know, and I think the way in which she said that in her voice and like the tone of voice was just like really like these little, you know, and I mean, it's not that you can obviously tell, but I think at some point after, just, you know, they're poking her and stuff like that, and oh, where'd you get your bag, Karen, and like, oh, you must have got it from the dumpster, like, you know, you're so poor, and like, just like, this lady is breaking down. And I think the thing is with this video is not even the fact that these kids are saying at this time, it's, I think you can almost tell that this has been said before to this lady, and that finally someone was like, I'm gonna whip out my camera, or like, you know, because I think, I don't know, it's just, you can almost just tell that she would lose her mind on these kids if given the chance, because I mean, who wouldn't? You know, and she just, yeah, like, there's, she talks about like her purse or her bag or whatever, and it has like messages on it, like, I don't know, like inspiring messages, and she says, she's like, I try to live by these words, you know, like to these kids and stuff. Anyway, it's just, it's pretty much the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen in terms of her. Now, for her. Now, in the opposite side, you can get sad about this, which I do and I am. You can also get really mad, which I did and I am. This is, sorry, I'm like getting all teary. This pisses me off to like no end. I personally don't understand how kids, middle school kids, can say this. Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, I don't even grasp this. Like, you know, I just can't get how these kids think this is an okay thing to do. Now, that being said, I was 12 one time. I was young, and, you know, I said, you say stupid things when you're 12. Like, let's get real. Or, you know, 12 to 14, or middle school age, whatever. You know, you're not the smartest, most nicest little things at that age. But that being said, if I said even anything that those kids said to that woman, to anyone, my mom would have kicked my ass from here to the fucking moon, okay? Like, you don't even, and like, that's not even the thing. It's not even that she would have beat my ass for saying that. It's that I would have never had said that. And like, I don't know anyone in my middle school that I went to school with who would ever say this. And it's, I don't know if we're living in a generation where these kids are not getting taught respect, or something. Like, it's, something has broken in our generation where kids think this is okay. And it's so upsetting. Yeah, it's just, it's heartbreaking that these kids are getting raised to think that this is okay. And I mean, they obviously have to get punished for this. Like, that's beyond the point. Like, that's is already said. Like, that needs to happen. But it's like, you know, one little snippet of how mean these kids can be, or some kids can be, a couple kids, and you're like, really? You know? I don't know, it's just, maybe it's the fact that, like, I lived in a small town where everyone knew each other, but we had so much respect for our elders. That's your elder. Like, that is somebody who has lived for years and years before you, who knows history that you don't know, who you can learn so many wise things from, who can give you advice and just, you know, be there to help you, guide you through life, because they lived it. And the fact that you're sitting there and making this woman cry, like, it's not even necessarily the one single moment that I'm so upset about. I'm seriously getting really fucking upset about this. But it's the fact that this could be happening anywhere. And I mean, I'm sorry, but like, I have grandparents, you know, I have older grandparents, you know, I lost my grandmother, and to think that, you know, I mean, my mom said this too, she's like, that could have been your grandmother. And it's true, it really could have. And the fact that somebody, like, these little kids are able to say this to somebody is just the most upsetting thing to me. Like, yeah. But I'm also just mad. Like, I'm mad at the fact that this is okay. I'm mad at the fact that these kids aren't gonna get, hopefully, they'll get punished to some sort of extent where they at least learn their lesson. Yeah, like, I mean, the only thing that I can really hope for those kids out of this is the fact that they turn, say 30, or say they have kids, and somebody shows them this, and it's like, remember that time that you said this about this lady? And I hope that they fucking cry, and I hope that they feel like shit about themselves. And yeah, that's really all I can hope for. And my mom's a little, you know, said something different. Like, I hope when they're old that they get something like this that's coming to them. And I mean, yeah, they're young, they're stupid, they said some stupid stuff, but I mean, that's it. It can't be continued. That's just it. You know, it can't keep happening. That this exist. That being said, I'd like to see what you guys think about it. Feel free to leave me video responses, because it's just something that I clearly got visibly upset about. Ooh, not a good time to wear a whole bunch of makeup and cry. But yeah, there is. This is something I use to like wipe my lipstick off. But anyway. That being said, there is some good coming out of this. This guy in Toronto has started a fund. He only planned on raising about $5,000 to help send Karen on a vacation. He has since then raised, get this, $600,000 to put towards whatever she wants to use it for. A lot of people think that she should use it for anti-bullying things. I personally, this lady can use it for whatever the hell she wants to. And yes, this is one sort of isolated incident. I've heard a lot of feedback back about it, like, oh, you know, people get bullied all the time, why is it this lady special? Like, I think let this be an example of, one, how our society is fucking doomed and needs to get changed, and two, of how generous and nice people can be when they see that somebody is hurting. You know, not everyone who's going to get bullied like this, whether it be senior citizen or anyone, is going to walk away with $600,000. No, that's not the case. But let this be an example of what society can do that's good, you know? Anyway, that being said, that's kind of all I have to say about it. I'd like to know what you guys feel about it, because it's just devastating to me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make a video about it because I was just really, really affected by it. And it threw me through a little bit of a loop, and I can't stop thinking about it. So, yeah, let me know what you guys feel, because I think it's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's all, and I'm gonna go try to take this makeup off now. And until my next video, I'll talk to all you soon. Bye.